I just wanted to let everyone know that Donald Trump has won the American election. And I wanted to make a video here directly addressing Donald Trump myself. I want to talk directly to Donald Trump. Mr. Donald Trump, esteemed president of the American country, Donald Trump, the United States of America, the glorious United States of America, esteemed very good businessman, Donald Trump, very good billionaire, esteemed Donald Trump. I believe that the tariffs that you have planned are extremely good. You should put the tariffs on everyone. China, put them on China. China needs tariffs. They're conning us. And did you hear about the Chinese virus? Can't let them get away with that. We need tariffs now on their goods now. I assure you that, Mr. Donald Trump, tariffs are paid by China. Tariffs are paid by China. America loses nothing. China will pay them. I guarantee you. Don't listen to anyone who tells you otherwise. Now, have you heard about Europe? Have you heard about what Europe has been doing to us? The American people. I'm from America. Okay, ignore the accent. It's an act I put on. It's like Borat. Have you heard? Europe is making us, the American people, foot the bill for NATO. It's terrible. Why are we paying to defend Europe? Why are we paying for that? We need to put tariffs on the Europeans too. All of them. They'll pay them. And we need to pull out of NATO immediately. All it is just us subsidizing the defense of these goddamn European countries. We need to pull out right away. Put tariffs on all of them. Make sure that they know. Make sure that they know that America is not footing the bill for that bullshit anymore. Okay? Mr. President Donald Trump, have you heard about the ongoing white genocide in South Africa? The black people they're going to the farms, they're killing the whites, the Boers. It's really terrible. It's really terrible. I've heard they even eat the cats. Mr. Trump, it is imperative that you immediately invite all white South Africans to come to the USA, a free open invite to any of them, immediate citizenship, and then ban them from leaving to make sure they appreciate what the USA has done for them. It's needed in order to save the white people of South Africa from the genocide happening there. Mr. Trump, Mr. Donald Trump, have you heard about how expensive Israel's war in Gaza is for the USA? It's terrible. They say the USA is funding 70% of that war. 70%. Joe Biden just giving away American money for nothing. As a shrewd businessman, I'm sure you can appreciate how that is not okay. What do you get back from that? Does it make you stronger, Mr. Trump? What, they're just going to name a town after you? Is that all it takes to buy you, Mr. Trump? They're going to name a random settlement, Trump Heights or whatever, and you're going to give them 70% of the cost of that war? No, Mr. Trump. Just as you met with the Taliban, I believe it's time for you to meet with Hamas. You need to meet with the Hamas spokesman, have a nice little chat with him. And you need to talk to him about how the war can end immediately right now. Just as you did with your gracious friends in the Afghan Taliban, who I'm sure you remember very fondly as really, really great guys. I heard you even fell in love with them. Mr. Donald Trump, have you heard about the war in Ukraine? Well, of course you have. The liberals tell me that you're Putin's puppet. Is that true, Mr. Trump? Are you really Putin's puppet? You know what the liberals would hate? The liberals would absolutely hate it. They would absolutely despise it. If you put McDonald's back in Russia. McDonald's had to leave Russia because of Biden's disastrous sanctions on the Russians. But do you know what that means for American culture? What does it now? Russians are no longer exposed to the glory of the American hamburger. Have you heard about what they renamed the McDonald's in Russia, Mrs. Trump? It's a travesty. An American institution. They took this American icon and they renamed it Tasty Period. Excuse me, Tasty Period? That is not okay. We need to give the Russians back blue jeans and McDonald's. Open up free trade now with Russia. Accept tariffs. We need to have tariffs on all Russian goods too. Tariffs on all countries, Mr. Trump. Tariffs are good for America because it makes them pay to import things to the USA. It's all benefit, no downside. Tariffs now, Mr. Trump. Tariffs now. Tariffs on Australia. Tariffs on New Zealand. Tariffs on Argentina even. Yep, tariffs on Argentina. Tariffs everywhere, Mr. Trump, now. We need tariffs. We need tariffs now. Donald Trump, esteemed businessman, Donald Trump, who's never had a single failed business, successful, very good. Wow. Have you considered that the Iranians, they aren't our enemies. How are they our enemies? All that the Iranians do, all that they do, is they stay in their own backyard. They're in Syria, they're in Iraq. They're not like Joe Biden, stinky old Joe Biden, who puts his tendrils all over the world, spending the money of the American taxpayer in these expensive forever wars. Iran stays in their lane. They stay in their own backyard. It's time to stop the aggression against them, Mr. Trump. There's nothing wrong with them. You could meet up with the Ayatollah and have a nice little chat where you could iron out the whole Soleimani thing. You have nothing to worry about from them. They wouldn't hurt you, Mr. Trump. They wouldn't dare. No one would dare. And when you go, as a show of bipartisan unity, you could bring with you Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, Pete Buttigieg, Destiny, Lonerbox. Who else? Cheney, both Liz and Dick. Just bring the whole squad. Bring all the American politicians with you when you go to negotiate with the Ayatollah. And when you get there, and he's not there, Mr. Trump, just stay and wait for him. I promise he'll arrive soon, Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump, this is a plea to you from the oppressed proletariat of the world. Please do all of these things. No, sorry. No, sorry. I'm not. That was a lie. This is a plea to you from me, a normal, hard-working American who just wants to see his great new president, Donald Trump, do all the right things for America. Tariffs now. Tariffs now, Mr. Trump. Please. That alone would make you better than every single American president who has ever walked the face of the earth. Thank you, my man. Thank you. And consider the rest. Just consider the rest as well.